Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us for another live webinar hosted by EE-Tech and All About Circuits. My name is Dale Wilson. I'm the Director of Engineering and Content for E-Tech and All About Circuits, and I'll be your moderator. Today's session, Driving the Evolution, Innovative Solutions for the Small Mobility Market, is brought to you by Omron. Our presenter is Sheldon Blackamore. Sheldon attended Northern Illinois University, where he obtained a Bachelor of Science degree in Industrial Management and Electronics Technology. Sheldon started as an intern working in product marketing and is currently a business development associate for Omron, serving as America's technical contact for their component product offerings in small mobility applications. Following the presentation, we'll have a live Q&A session. You can submit your questions at any time during the webinar using that Q&A section on the right-hand side of your screen. I'd also like to mention there'll be several poll questions during this presentation, so keep an eye out for those. We'd really like to understand your thoughts in these areas, and it will also help Omron better understand your needs. We will provide attendees with over 10 resources and a downloadable copy of the presentation near the end of today's session. We strongly encourage you to check out Omron's HVC P2 white paper. These materials will be available in the Handouts tab. Now, with all that background information out of the way, I'd like to hand it off to the presentation to Sheldon.
So hi, my name is Sheldon Blackamore, Omron's Business Development Associate covering the small mobility industry. I'm excited today to discuss the innovative solutions for the small mobility market. Starting off with the webinar agenda. Today, I will go over the introduction of Omron, some market trends, our DC relay products for both high capacity and low capacity solutions, our sealed microswitches, and our new technology solutions as well. This brings us to our first poll question. What brings you to today's webinar section? I'll wait a few seconds before continuing. Thank you for answering. Now, going into Omron's corporate overview. Omron is a large-scale company with many different business units. In FY 2023, we had a sales revenue of about $5.3 billion, and we currently serve around 120 countries and regions worldwide. Making up about 48% of our revenue came from our industrial automations business, and they focus on factory automation, including sensors, control devices, and robotics. Making up about 18% of the revenue is our healthcare business, focusing on medical healthcare products, such as electronic blood pressure monitors and thermometers. Continuing to about 17% of our sales include our social systems, solutions, and service business, and they focus on ticket gates, vendings, PV inverters, and storage battery systems. Now, about 14% from device and module solutions business, the business that I'm a part of, we focus on relays, switches, and sensors. Now going into device and module solutions product lineups. About 50% of our sales come from our relay product lineups, including general purpose relays, power relays, AC and DC power relays, MOSFET relays, MOSFET relay modules, power latching relays, automotive relays, surface mount detection signal relays, and solid state relays. Making up about 24% include our sensors and modules, such as our MEMS flow sensor, seismic sensor, IoT modules, color sensors, photomicro sensor, time of flight sensor module, light convergence, reflective sensors, and diffuse reflective sensors as well. We also have human image sensing components, such as the HVC P2 and our OCAO human image sensing software technology. Making up about 21% of our sales include our switches, such as trigger switches, keyboard and mouse switches, small basic switches, sealed ultra miniature basic switches, our ultra small tactile switches, dip switches, and thumb wheel rotary switches as well. Making up about 5% include our connectors business. D-sub connectors, easy wire connectors, USB connectors, terminal block connectors, FPC, FFC connectors, mil-flat cable connectors, DIN connectors, and half-pitch board-to-board connectors. Now, moving on to market trends. Here at Omron, our focus within the small mobility industry is within a couple different regions, including golf carts for personal use and commercial usage, forklifts and scissor lifts as well for warehouse operations, enabling safety and efficiency focus, and also agriculture and heavy equipment for construction machinery, farming equipment, and forest machinery. At Omron, we strive to tackle the challenges that engineers may face, including safety and reliability issues, energy saving issues, and design and functionality issues. The value required for those components, including stable energizing and interruption, low power consumption, and miniaturization of designs for DC relay products and micro switches. Diving into the forklifts and logistics roadmap. In the 1900s, the mass production of the Ford Model T really revolutionized how goods were manufactured. In the 1950s, the world's first commercially successful container ship, the Ideal X, was launched, which helped to spark the influence of containerization and transporting goods. The emergence of the supply chain management concept, SCM, helped to manage the flow of goods for a more reliable trade. In the 2000s, the spread of the internet and the rise of e-commerce really increased the market size and demand for forklifts to allow for more efficient and productive designs. We're currently seeing advancements in implementation of IoT and AI robotics as well, which are calling for more autonomous warehouse solutions and intelligent solutions. Future technology and what we might see in the future, going into the 2030s, may be a generalization of drone deliveries or full automation supply networks. In the 2050s, we could see an establishment of fully unmanned AI logistic networks or more energy optimization across the entire supply chain. At Omron, we want to focus on providing the synergy and high efficiency, providing the right machine for the right job, and also full automation. Now, I would like to address the common problems that engineers may face. The ability to energize and interrupt DC loads reliably, even under vibration and shock conditions, wasteful power consumption, and limited board space savings. Here at Omron, our solutions to provide those answers are stable energizing performance, even under vibration and shock conditions. That's important because in small mobility applications, there will be a lot of vibration because of moving parts. Waste-free power consumption is also another solution we're providing. And lastly, a compact size for allowing for more functionality and improved design to allow for board space savings. The next poll question: what market of small mobility are you interested in learning more about? Thank you. Now diving into Omron's solutions for golf carts and forklifts. Starting with our mass production items, our DC power relays. The G9E series, specifically focusing on, can be used for battery or motor or charging stations. Our DC mini power relays, G8K, G8G, and G8PM series could be targeted for radiator fans, horns, or headlamps. Our seal type mini switches, such as our D2HW, D2AW, D2GW, and D2AW-R series, can be utilized for steering column or seatbelt buckle detection. And lastly, our brake lamp switches. The C8EA series can be used for brake lamps. Now diving into our in-developed and currently developing products, such as our IoT gateway, which is focused on enhancing safety and functionality, allowing for more intelligent communication between operators and hazards, to help increase players, to allow them to have increased functionality. Also, our optical technology to be able to differentiate your product and create a more customized design with our see-through panel. The grip and touch sensor is another one to enhance safety by measuring the human capacitance, whether it's on the steering wheel, to help perform safe applications and prevent unintentional forward or reverse switching. Temperature monitoring is another in-developed solution that we're currently focusing on with D6T to monitor potentially the battery to ensure that if the battery starts to overheat, it can allow for a safe and automatic shutdown. And OCAL, our human image sensing software, to allow for preventing accidents by causing unqualified personnel. If they are not a certified operator, this OCAL can identify that and maybe restrict them from using the vehicle to promote safe warehouse solutions. Now, moving on to our DC relay products. And specifically focusing on the high product range, for our DC power relay product lineup, we have a large, diverse range, both for PCB terminal type and also screw terminal type. I will specifically be focusing on the G9EJ PCB terminal type relay, which has a rated voltage of 400 VDC at 15 amps, and also the G9EK screw terminal type, which has a rating voltage at 500 VDC for 120 amps. These relays showcasing that it has contact voltage within 1,000 volts and contact current of up to 300 amps. So the DC relays, the high capacity range, basically have two different roles. One for interrupting and then the other for pre-charging. These relays, being high capacity, are able to prevent inrush and allow for those batteries to be protected and safe, specifically for DC quick charging applications and also battery charging applications as well. Now, specifically diving into the DC power relay, the G9EK1. The G9EK1 product features, as mentioned before, it has a rated load at 120 amps at 500 VDC, and it delivers a low power consumption and high short circuit performance, allowing for energy savings. It achieves 120 amp capacity with bidirectional switching with no sealed gas filled structure needed. Its sealed design requires no arcing space, making it safer for smaller applications. It's vibration and impact resistant, which is great for mobile usage, as there'll be a lot of vibration when these products are moving or any moving parts as well. I'd like to highlight that is UL and also CUL approved. Some targeted use cases would be for battery charging, for DC isolation, and safe disconnection as well. Now, I would like to highlight the DC power relay, the G9EJ 1-E. As mentioned before, it has a rated load at 400 VDC, 15 amps, and has a very high inrush resistance, provided with a long life that can be achieved even with a small compact size. And I would like to focus on the two graphs down below. This is showcasing the efficiency and durability of this product even after 100,000 cycles. It has a operating voltage fluctuation of less than 3%. And then the operated voltage drop of less than 100 millivolts after the 100,000 voltage cycle, endurance cycle. And that's really showcasing the capabilities of these relay products. The next poll question: what are the design challenges you face with your current relay solution? I'll wait a couple seconds before continuing. Thank you. Now, focusing on our low capacity relay solutions. So the DC low capacity relays product lineup I will be focusing on specifically are the G8K, the G8G, which has two different rated specs, and also the G8PM, all falling within the range of DC to 28 volts and 50 amps load current. So for the G8K low capacity relay, which is the industry's smallest class ultra compact DC relay, has a rated load of 14 VDC at 5 amps. It has a very high density design and extremely small mounting space with low current. The terminal arrangement allows for a simplified PCB wiring and enables ultra-high density mounting in positive and negative circuits. Some use cases we see this could be used for is for forklifts and golf carts, for motor controls, along with fan controls. Now, moving on to the GAG, low capacity relay. It has a rated load at the first one, 14 VDC at 35 amps, and also a 28 VDC at 14 amps, allows for unique customization. It's miniaturization design to achieve a high heat dissipation with less than conventional PCB space. And focusing on those two pictures down below, the typical relay would require a lot more space on these boards. The GAG prioritizes a slim design, which allows for reduced footprint and increased board space savings. Some use cases could be for forklifts, golf carts, for motor controls, along with fan controls too. Now, our G8PM low capacity relay. It has a rated load at 14 VDC at 45 amps and has a unique twin contact structure for high current carrying reliability. I'd like to focus on the picture down below. The typical shape of a relay provides those two direct contact points. The G8PM has a large heat radiation area that allows for dispersion of that heat load to allow it to not focus on those 2 points and just be dispersed throughout. It's improved contact reliability with a structure that stabilizes contact resistance. Some use cases would be for forklifts and golf carts, for motor controls, fan controls, and lamp controls as well. Now I will move on to the sealed micro switches. So Omron has a large product range of micro switches, both for the snap action type and the sliding contact type. I will highlight in this webinar the D2HW, the D2AW-R with built-in resistance, and also the D2EW, sliding contact type. These rated loads all fall within 5 amps and under a 3 millimeter OT stroke. Now, focusing on the D2HW sealed ultra miniature basic switch. It's the smallest sealed snap action switch within the industry and comes with a very long stroke for a reliable on and off action. The case dimensions are 78% of conventional models, contributing to downsizing in mechanical modules. It offers a single pole, double throw contact form, and also a single pole, single throw molded lead wires. Some use cases we would see this switch be used for would be for pedal detection limit and limit possession, and also for seatbelt buckle detection. Now our D2EW sealed micro switch. This switch requires no lever and has an onigiri shaped switch for multi-angle operation. Looking at the images below, the traditional switch uses an actuation at the top, or to enable it the side actuations, it would need a lever. The D2EW, there is no lever needed, as you can actuate it from the top, the left, or the right, which results in space savings and lower costs because there is no stroke needed. And, the typical switch requires that longer stroke to actuate it, and that's a really huge feature set to be used. Some use cases we see this for is control valve detection and also latch detection as well. Now the D2AW-R sealed ultra miniature basic switch. It has output of 4 modes just within one switch. It comes with a built-in resistor type, capable of outputting 4 different states: on, off, short-circuited, and disconnected. It has a sliding contact construction that achieves high contact reliability and a quiet operating sound. The high performance of insulation resistance by unique contact structure. Some use cases we see this for would be for tractor, forklift, hood lever detection, and also parking brake detection. Now the next poll question. What feature is the most important to you when selecting a component for your application? Thank you. Now, I would like to highlight some forklift common functions and Omron's solutions for those specific functions. Starting off with power distribution. Our PCB mini power relays, such as the G8PM, G8PMK, G8G, and G8K, are all perfect fits because based off their capabilities for power distribution functions. Seatbelt detection, our D2HW long harness type, would be a great fit for that specific seatbelt identification and detection. For charging applications, the D6T thermal sensor is a perfect application to monitor the battery, especially lithium-ion batteries, to ensure that they are being efficient and are not becoming damaged due to overheating. If it detects that the charging structure is overheating or any components on the forklift or any specific vehicle, it can allow for an automatic shutdown or alert a supervisor to come in and remove that charging. A camera module using human detection with our plug-and-play solution, the HVCP2, and OCAL human image sensing software can be used to allow those operators to view blind spots where they might miss a human or see any hazards in the way, to kind of allow for a more enhanced safety feature. The control valve feature, valve detection, such as our D2HW and D2EW, would be perfect fits here because they have high durability for water, dust, and dirt. Now, moving on to the new technology solutions and sensor solutions. Starting off with our OCAL human image sensing software. So OCAL is a software library with image sensing functions for understanding humans. I'm diving into the detection features now. OCAL comes with face detection, human body detection, hand detection, eye detection, and pet detection to identify a human that walks into the frame and monitor their hands or body detection. Expanding on those detection features, OCAL has detect in detail as well. Using facial part contour detection, identifying where your eye is, your nose, your facial structure to identify you as a unique human. Blink estimation is another feature set, and gaze estimation as well to monitor where you are looking or where the operator is looking. Human body silhouette detection to monitor your human structure, which way you're orientating your body, and more. Expanding on the detection in detail feature set, recognize and estimate is the next layer. OCAL can identify you as a unique person. If I were to input my data set into OCAL, it can identify me as Sheldon and allow for more direct recognition of the user. We have capabilities for age and gender estimation as well to allow for targeted marketing, whether it's in kiosks or vending machines, and allow for age verification too, whether it's for self-service kiosks or any casino applications. Smile degree estimation is another feature set, and expression estimation. Happiness, sadness, anger, surprised. You can monitor your workers to see if they are happy on the floor or if anything need to change. Imposter prevention is another feature set, expanding from facial recognition. It can be used for security clearance. If there's a specific area on the warehouse operation that only trained personnel need to be in, if there is a non-trained personnel entering that area, maybe an alarm goes off or a supervisor is notified. And OCAL traditionally started off with basic adjust features, such as red eye reduction, and also OCAL beauty, makeup enhancement. A function like the HVCP2 is a plug-and-play solution using OCAL, 10 feature sets embedded into a chipset with a camera. The 10 features include face detection, face recognition, gender estimation, age estimation, expression estimation, body detection, hand detection, blink estimation, gaze estimation, and face direction estimation as well. These solutions could be customized, all embedded in a very easy plug-and-play solution to allow for less engineering resources to be used. And the example we're showcasing here is that B5T HVCP2 integrated within the forklift to monitor operators or humans or objects within any specific warehouse space. Now I would like to highlight the color sensor, the B5WC. So the B5WC receives the light reflected by the sensor object and outputs a direct RGB color value of the sensing object. An application we are targeting for this specific sensor could be for specific golf carts, forklifts, or any vehicle that are still using engines, traditional engines with oil, and have not converted to battery-powered solutions or electric solutions. The B5WC can monitor and identify when the oil is becoming a certain RGB color value that lets them know that it's deteriorating. It can help to automate that process and be more efficient and let the trained supervisor know when the oil is becoming a deteriorated state to change it and allow for more efficient oil changing for those engine applications. Now I would like to focus on the thermal IR sensor, the D6T. So the D6T is a touchless sensor capable of measuring the surface temperature of stationary or moving objects. As you see in the 4x4 image to the right, the D6T thermal sensor is picking up the two humans present by their temperature reads or any objects. In the top left of that 4x4 orientation, you can see that it's very cold because there's no objects or humans present within that zone. The sensor is really designed to detect human presence within the area, and the orientation can be in different data points, 1x1, 1x8, 4x4 as you see there, and also as large as 32x32 pixel count. And it communicates via digital I2C output. Some applications that are used for this thermal sensor, as I mentioned before, human detection, identifying when a human is present based off their temperature compared to the area around them. You know, it can be used for air control. If all of your workers are very hot, sweating, maybe the air conditioner can activate and kind of allow them to work more in better standards. Or lighting controls as well. If there's an area of the warehouse or any specific floor that are not being utilized, maybe those lights can shut off by not detecting that constant body heat of a human present. Object detection and also temperature detection can be used for battery management and battery monitoring to identify if those batteries or any components of these vehicles are overheating, to monitor that and ensure that they are not becoming damaged or anything like that. Now I would like to showcase this video of the D6T thermal sensor human detection algorithm. So in this demo, you can see the two humans present next to each other. And this was developed during COVID time with social distancing. As you can see the human leaving the frame, it's showcasing that only one is present based off those temperature readings. And this can be used to allow for automatic shutdown of lights, automatic air conditioning turning on, or just basic human or object detection, showing the capabilities of the D6T in the 32x32 frame. Now, I would like to showcase our time of flight sensor, the B5L. So the B5L, in comparison to the D6T, uses distance data instead of thermal data. In the 2D image and 3D image, you can see the two humans present within the frame. The person that's the closest to the sensor is appearing orange/red as they are very close, and the person far is appearing more blue, enabling distance data detection. It shoots off a light, and once that light bounces back, it's able to identify how long it took and build a 3D image based off from there. Some use cases that we see these service time of flight sensor to be utilized in are for AMR or service robots, for identifying the environment around them, or for person registration. It can be used for logistics and conveyors, monitoring and observation, and also automatic doors/elevators. Expanding on that, I would like to showcase our skeletal detection we call HPE, Human Pose Estimation of the Time of Flight sensor. So in this demo video, you can see the two humans present and their skeletal structure. One is sitting down, one is standing up moving. Those data points are able to monitor right versus left. So as you can see, the red dots are signaling the right hand and the green dots are signaling the left hand. That orientation, if they were to spin around, it's able to monitor that. So this is using very accurate skeletal estimation using the time of flight sensor and distance data detection. Now, I would like to discuss the Omron IoT Gateway module. So the Omron IoT Gateway module provides our sensing technology embedded within our IoT Gateway solution. It's a very simple and compact design, very easy to develop, and can quickly move to mass production. It can provide, specific golf course owners the ability to watch remotely or identify where the golf carts are on the course, if their battery is becoming low, or if there's any damages on those golf carts. The specific application we're targeting can increase luxurious experience for players. Maybe the players on hole 11 are requesting beverages or have some sort of malfunction with the golf cart. They can alert those operators back at the home base. Moving on to Omron's optical technology, specifically for golf carts, but it can be used for any other electric vehicle. Our transparent panel, we call STP, see-through panel, is a laser etched solution that can make customized designs. Our transparent panel is a edge lit solution that can have up to 4 different designs. So playing this demo here, you can see the unique capabilities of STP and all of the customized designs. They can have up to 4 images within these panels to create a more flashy or 3D floating design for any specific application. As I was mentioning, this can be used for golf carts to kind of make your company logo, or even for a pedestrian detection feature. Maybe a pedestrian comes within close of the golf cart or hazard, it can pop up attention or hazard detected to kind of allow those golf cart drivers to be more safe and promote safe solutions within the golf carts as well. And these flashing designs really just showcase the capabilities that we do have with their laser etching solution. Now I would like to showcase the 3D touchless switch. This was designed during COVID time when nobody wanted to touch elevator buttons due to safety. This is showcasing the capabilities of STP to make those buttons look like it's flashing. It's essentially using a photoelectric sensor to identify the human finger coming close and actuating it just using STP without physically touching the button. I'd also like to highlight our SWMLA multi-layer array, which is one switch that has 4 different images on top of it, allowing for space savings and unique custom designs as well. Now, diving into our capacitive touch sensor, the W7ED. It measures human capacitance just through a touch electrode. It's a very compact design and allows for a very easy implementation. And the electrode can be connected directly or through a wire. Compared to a mechanical switch, the touch sensor advantages include that it is a very simple design. There is no pushing force needed. There are no moving parts, and it's very slim and no pushing force needed here. The touch sensor is very able to just be more efficient. It has a longer life due to no moving parts and is a very good design flexibility. Specifically focusing on safety controls, an application we're seeing could be used for golf carts or forklift operators. If they have 2 hands on the wheel, the vehicle can drive at full speed. If they were to take one hand off, whether they are distracted, a hazard comes up, maybe the vehicle needs to drive at a lower speed, so it's able to control that. And if there are no hands on the steering wheel, then the vehicle can automatically shut down if there's any hazards or issues that arise. Creating these human capacitive sensors just for allowing for more safe function features. I would like to mention also that those electrodes can be adjusted for safety for very thick gloves, whether the operators are using, or no gloves at all. Fully customized based off the sensitivity and application we are targeting. Now, the final poll question. Following this webinar, what solutions would you like to learn more about? Thank you. So you can find more information at components.omron.com. And you can follow us on social media as well, via LinkedIn, Twitter, and YouTube. So thank you for taking the time to listen to this webinar today.
All right, thank you, Sheldon, for that in-depth presentation. I really found the sensor and the optical display demonstrations really interesting. A lot of fun and exciting new applications those are enabling. So we've got a lot of great questions already from the audience in the queue. Thank you for submitting those. I'll remind everyone there's still time to submit your questions. Just type them into that Q&A section on your screen. But Sheldon, let's get started by discussing those poll questions. Were there any of the poll question results that you found particularly interesting?
Yeah. So one poll question I thought was really interesting was that about 55% have answered other to which specific market of small mobility they're interested in. I'm curious to know which market you guys are more interested in, or what solutions or applications you guys are working on. And I would love to have a conversation or chat to discuss our solutions.
Yeah, maybe audience, you could type in your applications into the Q&A. So it's not really a question, but we'll see that. And maybe Sheldon can kind of respond to some of those as we see those applications come in, because I too found that interesting. All right. First question here is asking about what are Omron's relay advantages over your competitors?
Yeah, so Omron has a lot of product advantages. I mentioned some earlier in the discussion. We have very low contact resistance to reduce heat that would be generated in any high power application. We also have high switching for DC and AC relays, allowing for a very versatile option and reliable option as well. Board space savings is another huge advantage to allow for a smaller compact design to allow for more efficient board space maximization. And also our products are very durable as well. As I mentioned for one of the slides, talking about the durability of our product lineup and very enhanced testings that is taking place into it as well.
Excellent. Yeah. Next question here is asking is, where can I find the relay selector guide?
Yeah, so you can find more information about the relays, switches, sensors, and connectors at components.omron.com. And if you want additional information, please reach out to your local Omron rep or sales rep to get additional information.
Okay, thank you, Sheldon. This question is asking is, what are the approval ratings you have for your sealed switches?
Yeah, so the sealed switches come with UL certification and also CUL certification. And that's a huge benefit to be more secure in those dust, dirt, and water environments. So yeah, that's the certifications that we do have.
Okay. Let's answer this question. What is the communication for the thermal sensor, the D6T?
Yeah, so the D6T communicates with a digital I2C circuit that just allows for a more simplified wiring. And if there's any more integrations you would like or information, you could find that at the data sheet.
Okay. This is an interesting question for particularly like industrial and outdoor applications. Can Omron touch sensors be utilized with gloves?
Ooh, yeah. Yeah, so the touch sensor, we kind of figured that Operators would use very thick gloves for PPE standards. So it can be really customized to be more sensitive or less sensitive based off any applications. As we do see very thick gloves for specific machinery. So it can be customized to still detect that human capacitance through those gloves.
Gotcha. That one, and that your golf cart touch sensor application, they're wearing their golf gloves, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
All right. Next one is asking, is Omron open to joint development co-work for one specific project?
Yeah. So Omron is totally open to foster new developments and partnerships to expand our product lineup or get the best solutions out to the market. So feel free to reach out to myself or anyone of the Omron team, and we would love to hear any potential ideas to expand our lineups to get these solutions out to the market.
Very good. Now this question is related a little bit to one we answered earlier, but do your switches have an approved rating for dust and water?
Yes. So our switches are IP67 for water and dust, as I mentioned a little bit earlier. And that's really important for small mobility applications as these machineries or golf carts are exposed to water, dust, or any other debris. And the sealed components of these switches will allow that product to still work or not be damaged after being exposed. So yes, IP67.
Okay. This one is asking, what trends do you see taking place within the forklift market?
Ooh, okay. So trends within the forklift market, upon discussing with customers or just researching and gaining industry insights, we're seeing the trend to more lithium-ion batteries. In the past, lead-acid batteries have dominated the market, with lithium-ion becoming a little bit more affordable and cheaper to access. And the increased efficiency of those battery solutions, we are seeing the switch to that as well. Also, I think warehouse solutions are becoming more intelligent, whether that's with integrated sensors or AI applications to reduce hazards, increase safety for the operators and the environments around the forklift machineries. So that's what we're also seeing as well. I think the combination of just an increased efficiency and enhancement of these forklifts to provide faster production, safety for operators using it, and around the machinery as well. So intelligence, AI integrations potentially, more sensors, and more efficient battery solutions.
Very good. While that's the last of our question, but we do have the handouts are available. While we give the audience a little bit of time here to download some of those great handouts, Sheldon, is there any kind of last thoughts you might want to leave with our audience?
Yeah, definitely. So thank you guys for taking the time to learn about Omron's solutions for the small mobility market. I might not have covered everything in this presentation or webinar, so please feel free to check us out on YouTube for previous webinars or materials, our website as well at components.omron.com. And feel free to email myself if you have any inquiries after this webinar or questions. And I would love to chat, schedule a meeting, or discuss any more solutions. So just thank you for the time today.
Yeah, very good. And Sheldon, thank you for your presentation and for that great discussion during the Q&A. So audience, in just a moment, you'll be redirected to Omron's website, where you'll find more information about how to select DC relays and micro switches to support safety within electric mobility. And you'll be able to watch this session on demand by using the same link you used to join the webinar today. Thank you everyone for participating. We look forward to seeing you at another live session soon.